Welcome to the Busy Signal. My name is Jim, and this is my retro-nostalgic 80s, 90s, and early 2000s podcast. This show aims to salute all the stuff from back in the day that is now extinct or quickly going that way. The Busy Signal, Season 3. Thanks for listening. The spookiest time of year is upon us, so it's time for another frightfully fun Halloween-themed episode. Last year in episode 28, we covered spooky toys. So we're starting off Season 3 here on the Busy Signal with spooky snacks. Some of the ghoulish, monster-y, gross-out foods from back in the day that fueled our best spooky seasons. From the candy in our trick-or-treat bags, fun fruit snacks in our lunch boxes, to the ghastly goodies at the drive-thru, these are some of the memorable snacks we enjoyed back in the days of October's past that got us ready for Halloween. So grab your pillowcases or boo buckets and put on your costume because we're going trick-or-treating retro style. Come on, let's go. I love when things come full circle. The very second episode of this show was all about 80s snacks. And the very first segment was about sun-kissed Fun Fruits. We talked about how the commercial for Fun Fruits was just nightmarish. With laughing animatronic trees that talked and dropped fruit snacks on children's heads in the middle of a foggy forest. Well, Sunkist outdid themselves in 1987 with a double release of 2 new variants of Fun Fruits. By 1987, Sunkist had moved on from the Advil shape they were using for their snacks. Now they made all kinds of shapes for Fun Fruits, and kids were gifted with space shapes and spooky fruit. Once again, we're thrown into this forest with unaccompanied children, unsupervised by adults in a dark Fun Fruits jungle. When, well, I'll just let them tell the story.
We were telling ghost stories in the Fun Fruits jungle. The coffin opened, and the skeletons scared the alien! Skeleton! And that's how we discovered new Fun Fruits Spooky Fruit, with skulls, ghosts, and monsters. And Fun Fruits Space Shapes with aliens, astronauts, and spaceships. New fruit snacks from Sunkist Fun Fruits.
Give me 5.
New Fun Fruits Space Shapes and Spooky Fruit.
So not only are they unsupervised in a dark jungle, they're ambushed by an alien that looks, I don't know, it's weird. Find it on YouTube. It doesn't look like any alien I've ever seen on TV. But anyway, they're attacked by an alien and a skeleton. Like, these kids are terrified. The skeleton is actually pretty spooky, aside from the fact that it's holding a box of Fun Fruits. And that's when the whole vibe flips. The kids are like, oh, the alien and skeleton are offering us fruit snacks. That's cool. In a time where our eyes and ears are bombarded by PSAs of stranger danger, don't take candy from strangers, this commercial says, except if the strangers are extraterrestrial or paranormal. All in all, this is a great Halloween-themed commercial and just the right amount of 80s ick on it. Sunkist Spooky Fruit was a must in lunchboxes for the whole month of October. The word snack brings to mind tons of different options. No matter what, pizza is always in the conversation. Yes, it can be a meal, but pizza's definitely a snack food as well. While pizza itself is pretty unspooky, in 1995, Pizza Hut had a paranormal infestation on its hands. Quite literally. Pizza Hut was promoting the movie Casper, starring Christina Ricci, Bill Pullman, Kathy Moriarty, maybe I said that right, maybe I didn't, and Eric Idle. And shout out to Devon Sawa, of course.
There's a new spirit at Pizza Hut.
Hi, Casper!
Welcome, living or non-living.
Should've ordered Diet Pepsi, kid.
Now order any pizza or Pepsi and get a glow-in-the-dark hand puppet from the movie Casper. Only $1.49. Dine in, carry out, or delivery.
Boo!
I never saw anything so hideous. You love the stuff we made of Pizza Hut.
Oh, the 90s. They were a simple time when kids were happy just to get hand puppets with their pizza. I mean, sure, it glowed in the dark and all, but hand puppets? Pizza Hut did a good job with Halloween overall in the 90s, though. Just 2 years later, in 1997, Pizza Hut had commercials featuring the Pizza Head Show. These commercials alone were great, as they were clearly mimicking Saturday Night Live's Mr. Bill. But in 97, the Hut teamed up with Goosebumps and had way cooler toys for this promotion, in my opinion.
It's the Pizza Head Show.
Hey, everybody! I'm on my way to Pizza Hut to get a Goosebumps Kids Pack. Yay!
Almost there.
Hey, this isn't the right way.
Well, Scarecrow Steve says it is.
He's no scarecrow.
Sure he is.
Uh-oh, I think I woke the neighbors.
Look, Pizza Head, you'll be perfectly safe in there.
Okay.
Relax, the Goosebumps guys just want you for dinner. See you in the next lifetime. Now you can collect one of 3 ghoulish Goosebumps Glow and Tell story card sets when you buy a Pizza Hut Kids Pack.
Spooky or not, pizza is always in the mix at Halloween, right? All right, so it's Halloween, and other than a costume, you've got another major decision to make here. Vessel. What are you going to use to acquire and haul your candy in? Obviously, a pillowcase is more than acceptable here. It's large enough to handle the job, but what if style matters to you? Well, Ronald McDonald took care of this in 1986 when he gave us Boo Bucket Happy Meals. These buckets are peak candy collecting containers. Originally, 3 pumpkins with 3 different faces.
Oh boy, there should be some wildlife around here.
Surprise!
The McDonald's Happy Meal guys.
Yep, a chicken McNuggets, regular soft drink, and regular fries.
And they are lying.
What do you put in your McDonald's Halloween pumpkins?
Spookty and McBoo, matey. Carrots and McGoblin. Golden McPumpkin, partner.
Now you can collect one of 3 different pumpkins with the purchase of every McDonald's Halloween Pumpkin Happy Meal. What you put in them is up to you.
The buckets became even more iconic in 1990 by introducing a green witch and a white glow-in-the-dark ghost to complement the pumpkin. This trifecta of trick-or-treat transport was highly sought after every year. And Mickey D's changed it up every year for the kids by adding a cookie cutter attachment on the lids in 1992. I'm not a fan of every iteration of the buckets, but in 2016, they took a hiatus for about 6 years. And they came back with classic looks in 2022. And good news, this just in, they're coming back for 2025 on October 21st. This episode comes out on the 24th, so if you're listening close to when this episode drops, you've got time to go snag yourself a classic-looking pumpkin, goblin, or witch thing, ghost, or even a new black cat and a red zombie bucket, because they look awesome. I kind of want one. Apparently, each character is available with 3 different expressions. That's 15 different McBoo buckets. McDonald's is pulling out all the stops on this Halloween. I loved my McBoo bucket back in the day. I had it for years. I don't know where it is now, but I wish I still had it. Did you have one? Which one did you have? And do you still have it? If you do, you're lucky. Let me know on the show's Instagram, @BusySignalCast. Drop a comment. I don't bite. Last year, like I said, we covered spooky toys, and we talked about a lot of fun and gross out toys, but one doubled as a snack machine, the Dr. Dreadful Food Labs. This toy was competing clearly with a toy that had been around for years, Creepy Crawlers. You know, the make your own bugs and gross out stuff toy. Just 1 year before Dr. Dreadful hit the market, Creepy Crawlers hooked up with Farley's to make Creepy Crawlers fruit snacks. Farley was the same company that brought us the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fruit snacks. They were legend. I've found tons of images online of old Creepy Crawlers fruit snacks boxes that people have held on to, but I can't find a commercial, and I honestly don't actually remember there being one. So I'll just leave this classic 90s Creepy Crawlers toy commercial right here.
Creepy Crawlers!
They're squirmy and wormy and purple and green, the grossest little creatures that you've ever seen.
Creepy Crawlers!
Build a monster mold with the colored plastic goop and make a creepy crawler from a yucky monster soup. They're yucky, squirmy, wormy, very scary, sometimes hairy, squiggly, wiggly, creepy crawling.
Creepy Crawlers!
Gross out your sister, embarrass your dad. You can be a little creep without being bad.
Creepy Crawlers Workshop with plastic goof.
Bottom line is, if you were a kid in the early to mid 90s, you had options. If you were into ghastly grub, you got hooked up. And personally, eating things shaped like life-size spiders and worms, centipedes, and other bugs is beyond off-putting to me. But this is a safe space. You'll get no judgment from me if you enjoy gruesome goodies. Bon appetit. Here's a question. What if your Halloween party's in the morning? It's too early for pizza and candy, according to some people. Well, you could always count on Dunkin' Donuts for frightfully festive fare. It's not like Dunkin' Donuts doesn't make Halloween donuts anymore or monster-themed munchkins. I know, they're not extinct. But I remember the fun Halloween commercials from the 90s featuring Fred the Baker. He was absolutely legend when it came time to make the donuts, but I felt like he really shined in the Halloween TV spots.
As Halloween approaches, you have to prepare yourself for what might happen.
More orange sprinkles.
It's a special time of year, and Dunkin' Donuts is dressing up their donuts for the occasion.
And here's the werewolf.
So come to Dunkin' Donuts and get into the spirit of Halloween.
We'd like some Halloween donuts, please.
Now, Fred's no longer with us, so in honor of Fred the Baker, here's one more classic Halloween Dunkin' Donuts commercial starring Fred.
Dunkin' Donuts is proud to announce we've created a monster. Introducing these hauntingly delicious minis for Halloween.
They're alive! Alive!
The bang! The bang!
Minis are a fraction the size of our regular donuts, with a taste so great they'll attract very interesting guests to your Halloween parties.
More sprinkles!
When you think about Halloween candy, what comes to mind? Snickers? Butterfinger? 100 Grand Bars? Popcorn balls? Well, for me, it's Mr. Bones. You remember Mr. Bones. It was a candy, a hard candy shaped like, well, bones. Hand bones, feet bones, leg and arm bones, a skull and a heart. It was literally a puzzle made of candy bones that formed a skeleton when you put them all together. And the best part was that it came in a plastic coffin. So when the candy was gone, you still had this casket container. I don't have a commercial for this one, but if you remember Mr. Bones, your childhood was probably pretty awesome. It was made initially as a novelty candy by the Fleer Company. Yes, the baseball card company. They also made bubblegum. It came out in 1977 and was produced until the mid-90s. And if you still want the Mr. Bones experience, look no further than the Oriental Trading Company, because they offer interlocking skeleton bones hard candy coffin packs at very affordable prices. As a matter of fact, I found a ton of cool retro type and classic Halloween candy offered at Oriental Trading Company. They're not a sponsor on this episode, but they should be. Oriental Trading Company, hit me up, busysignalcast@gmail.com. Let's talk. Do you remember Mr. Bones? Do you still have an empty coffin from Mr. Bones? Drop a comment in the show's Instagram @busysignalcast. What a great spooky candy, right? You know, the head bone's connected to the neck bone. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. Now, what are we going to wash down all these spooky treats with? Well, if you were a time traveler, you could go back to Halloween 2001 and try Burger King's frozen black cherry slushy drink. It turns your tongue black, and if you don't want to go all the way back to 2001, just go back to 2018. That's when BK brought it back with a new name, the Frozen Fanta Scary Black Cherry. And by the way, if you are a time traveler and you're listening to this, hit me up @busysignalcast@gmail. I've got a list of things I'm hoping you can pick up for me. Anyway, the 2001 commercial for this drink is really what I remember, specifically because it featured The Simpsons and it was pretty rad.
Whoa, Milhouse, that frozen black cherry's turned your tongue black. My tongue's black too.
Let me try.
Hey,
Let's have black tongue.
This Halloween, the Simpsons are at Burger King. Now in every big kid's meal you can get a Simpsons spooky light up. They gleam, there is scream, and you can collect all 15 at Burger King. Where else?
So I imagined this episode going a bit differently when I planned it, and somehow it really went heavy on fast food, but that's not a bad thing. All the spooky treats mentioned were memorable to me, and that's what the point of this was, to remember the spooky treats that haunt my memories. Did any of these cursed confections reach out and grab your memory muscle? Are you thinking about buying interlocking skeleton hard candy coffins from Oriental Trading too? Because what other creepy candy could I have mentioned? Let me know in the comments section of the show's Instagram at BusySignalCast. And while you're there, slash the follow button for a daily shot of nostalgia. We're dedicating the whole month of October to spooky season with a new theme each week. So far, it's been home improvement, Halloween pranks, and scary video games. If you liked this show, you can subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your pods, from here or the beyond, wherever you want. Consider dropping the Busy Signal a 5-star rating or a positive review. It's always appreciated. Serious question though, is anybody else going to stop by McDonald's for a boo bucket? I am. I really am. Check the show's Instagram to find out which one I get. And I guess that's it for this one. Remember to have your parents check your candy for razor blades. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you later. Once again, I'd like to say thanks for listening. And as always, you can listen to The Busy Signal everywhere quality podcasts are streamed. Hit the subscribe button to have a new episode delivered directly to your favorite device every other Friday. If you really like the show, leave a 5-star rating or a positive review on Apple and Spotify. That lets everybody else know to come check out what you already think is awesome. You can also head over to Instagram and follow the show at BusySignalCast for even more retrostalgic content. I share a good amount of fun stuff that isn't mentioned on the episodes. While you're there, say hi in the comments. Don't be shy. And until next time, remember, reach out and touch the past.